Yes, I'm doing this headset review completely different than I would with any other because this entire review, you're going to be hearing the review utilizing the microphone built onto this, which is none other than the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 3X wireless. Now, this right here, I got two different variations on it. I got the blue and I got the lavender, or rather, this is teal, but I also got the lavender as well. But I figured I'd do a review that's pretty different than almost any review out there because most people, when they do reviews, they just grab their XLR microphones. Like I got my Shure SM7DB. But I figured if I'm going to do this review, I want to do it where I'll talking with this microphone because this microphone is so good on this headset. Like honestly, this is one of the best microphones I've ever used on a gaming headset, which I mean you shouldn't be surprised. I mean, this microphone is also on this, which is a Nova 7, and also you got to talk about the amazing audio quality that is on the Arctis Game Buds. Like you just can't beat it. So this sounds really good to me. And if I were doing a whole podcast or if I was just recording videos or anything, or if I just didn't feel like grabbing my SM7D or Shure SM7DB, I don't know why I butchered that. But if I didn't want to grab that, then this is perfectly fine. And also the color, yes. And you see I'm decked out in my gym gear because, I was working out with these, which these are actually really good. If you're in the gym, you're working out and you're listening to music, I mean, really good for that. Also, I mean, if you need to take calls while you're getting a set in, they're good for that too. It's hard to believe that these headphones only $109.99. Like it's crazy. Like I'm just really mind blown. Shout out to SteelSeries for sending this over to me. And with that being said, we're going to talk about why this is the best headset you can buy for under 150 bucks. And honestly, spoiler alert, you can't go wrong with it. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Also, if you want to pick one of these up, links are going to be down in the description down below. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the unboxing process of this headset. So if you got a little time, you can check and see what all comes in it. And if you don't, just skip to this timestamp that will pop up somewhere on the screen. Then you can go from there. But with that being said, let's hop on into this unboxing process. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into this. What we have right here is the Arctis Nova 3 wireless headsets. They're multi-platforms. They got 100 plus Xbox audio presets and also with multiple different devices. It kind of depends on how you want to use it. So as it says, we're going to read outside the box. So it's neodymium. I butchered that. But it's a magnetic audio driver, up to 40-hour battery life, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, and Bluetooth with quick swap capability. And flip over to the back, you get to see the type of stuff that comes with it. So I am excited to go ahead and dive into it. So we've got the lavender and the blue. I think that's, what are the official colors for this? Aqua and lavender. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the aqua first. And we'll open this on up. We're going to get on in this box here. Oh, I was not trying to do that. Well, it is what it is. I can't. I'm like, I tore it. I wasn't trying to tear it, but you know, it happened. So, yeah. Oh, wait. There's another one on the bottom that I completely missed. Oh, well. Okay. So it's not Mekel proof. I was just being dumb. Anyways. All right. So we got it out. This right here is a headphone. Very lightweight. Very similar to something else that we've covered here on the channel before. Really doesn't look that much different. Like, truth be told, it doesn't at all look that different. Anyways. Okay. What else did we get? All right, so you're going to pull this box on out. You got the boom mic. So the biggest difference between this and one of the older ones is the boom mic. All right, let me go grab another one for comparison so you can understand what I mean. All right, so this is very similar in look and overall design to the Nova 7 wireless. The biggest difference between this and that is this has the boom arm that is retractable and part of it, whereas this does not. It's an attachment, so that's the biggest difference. Other than that, the weight of it this feels lighter. I need to take all these attachments off. I'll go ahead and do that now. But it definitely feels lighter, at least in my opinion. It feels a whole lot lighter. All right, so took that off. Let's get these out. And yes, go with the feel. The feel of this versus this. Yeah, this feels a little bit slightly, microscopically lighter. Okay. All right. So what else we got? So like I said, we got the boom mic. And I got the books and stuff. Let's check out what we got. Before we go to the accessories, let's go to the books and stuff. All right. Scannable, manual, thumb grips, control freak. Definitely pick those up if you haven't already. Highly recommend. Highly recommend these. Anyways, all right. Is that it? I think that's it. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and get this out of the way. All right, cool. And check it out. Accessories. We got the USB-C. I have so many USB-C cables. I'm never gonna use this, but USB-C cable, as you can see here. That way you can charge it, connect it. And then we also got the dongle. So if you guys are familiar with this, then it's a very similar dongle, pretty much. Let me get this open. Pretty much the exact same type of dongle. As a point of reference. All right, so we got the dongle, then we got the USB-C to USB-A. So you want to connect it to your computer if your computer doesn't have, USB-C input, or if you're using this on Xbox because Xbox does not have USB-C, then you want to connect it to here like so, and then you can plug it in to your USB-A port. So this is a USB-C to USB-A. Okay, keep that in mind. And just don't drop it, but you know how to use it. don't do what Uncle Cass did. All right, so that's just about it as far as that stuff. Let's get this over to the side, and let's go ahead and connect this. So plugs in like so. Let's flip it this way. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's do flex and durability. All right, spin the mic up. Then you can change out the bands if you want a different band, or if you want it to be a little bit more tighter, you can always put it on the top two versus the bottom two that it defaults with. All right, so what all we got over here? We got this right here, same material as this one. So if you're like me, I use these when I work out. If I don't use the Nova 7s, then I'm using the Arctis Game Buds when I go to the gym. And then I'm definitely going to use these when I go to the gym too. But same type of material. So if you sweat, don't worry about it. You can always remove them and wash them. But they're not that fake pleather that I hate pleather, just so you guys know. All right, so what we got over here? We got, not sure how clear that's coming in on the camera, but mic mute, volume, chat, mix, like up and down. Then we got power / Bluetooth / smart switch. So very simplistic when you compare it to like this, which has everything on two sides versus having it only on one. All right, let's go ahead and open up the other one, and then we will get into it from there. All right, and here's the lavender one. Let's go ahead and get this open. So I'm not gonna really go into anything too in depth on this one because it's honestly, there's no real difference between these. It's the same model. It's just, do you prefer
what color. That's really the only difference here. So you can see, that's the lavender. This is the aqua. This is what they look like. And then if you want to compare it to just traditional black, there you go. Now you have an idea of what they look like.
All right, now that we got the unboxing process out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this headset as far as the audio quality. You're obviously hearing this recorded using the microphone that's on this headset, but I want to talk a little bit more about it because, look, the audio performance, we all know that sound quality makes all the difference. And the Arctis Nova 3 wireless features custom engineered Nova speaker drivers, which are powered by robust, and I'm going to butcher this because I am horrible at pronunciation of things, but I'm just going to say it. Neodymium magnets, all right? I probably butchered that. Correct me, correction, please go down to the comment section down below and correct me because why shouldn't you not do that? Because, I butchered it. I'm the same guy that says Suikoden or Suikoden. People are like, Suikoden, and they get mad at me. Or, oh my goodness, what's the other one people get so angry at me? I say Disgaea and Disgaea. They're so mad at me about that. But hey, I don't care because that just means you get to engage with my content. So it is what it is. I can't be mad about it. Nonetheless, like I said, it's got the neodymium magnets. These deliver deep resonant bass and extraordinary detail, which is enhanced further by the immersive 360-degree spatial audio. It's fully compatible with technologies like PlayStation 5's Tempest 3D audio and Microsoft's Spatial sound, elevating your audio experience to new heights. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with this headset is the fit and feel. As you can see, this is clearly on my head. I've got dreads. I got fairly long, so my hair is really thick, but this fits on my head without any type of issue whatsoever, and I absolutely love how just snug and comfortable it is. Like, it goes on, I don't, if I shake my head, I don't have to worry about it like flying off anymore. And I work out every single day. I'm in the gym 7 days a week. If I ain't in the gym, which is never, because I'm always in the gym, I'm also doing yoga too, both at home and at the studio. So with these, when I'm doing my 2-hour gym sessions, it stays on. Like, I like the material that these are made out of because it doesn't really bother me like the way pleather does. I absolutely hate pleather just because, I'm in Hawaii, the heat, it starts to chip and fade and just get all over your clothes. Like, if I'm wearing a white top and I got pleather headphones, like, man, that's a problem. So I like the type of material that the ear cups are in because when I sweat, which I sweat a lot, I'm sorry, I'm a gym bro, it happens, right? So when I sweat, it doesn't really like affect it. I can always just take off the material if I need to rinse it, clean it, and then put it back on and then go from there. I find it to be comfortable for my ears, especially, like I said, around the ear plates or the ear cup is actually really, really comfortable for me. And I don't have any type of compression or any of that other stuff that, most headphones, when you put them on, they just kind of clamp on your head. Like, I'm going to give a good example. And this is a headset that I really do like and I reviewed from a competitor, but I got to be honest, the clamping force on this, ugh. That's why it sits over there and it's hardly ever used because I'm like, man, you're trying to squeeze my head, put me in this vice grip. It's like, that's what it's trying to do to my head, right? And I ain't feeling that. I like how this just fits on. And I didn't have to do anything other than like extend the cut, this right here, the slider, all the way down, and it fits on my head, right? So it worked out for me. I don't know about you. Actually, I do know. It's going to work for you too. So just, yeah. You heard it on the internet. It's true, right? So it works for me. I absolutely love the fit and feel of it. I love the color too. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a mesh workout shirt, and then I got these black. Well, actually, they're black and white. I'll do a whole picture. You'll see it pop up of what I'm wearing, right? So the blue does kind of clash with it in a way, but I like that it has a variety of color and options out there. It works for me. I can't complain about it. So I think it's dope. Me personally, I think it's dope. All that being said, though, fit is good. The colors are great. The fact that you can do quick switch between 2.4 gigahertz wireless as well as connecting it to Bluetooth just by connect it to your device. So if you want to connect it to your iPhone, your Android, your Nintendo Switch, your PlayStation, your Xbox, yes, these are universal headsets, even though this one is marketed, as I'll pull it up again, this one does specifically have the Xbox logo on it. They also have a PlayStation variation, and they are cross-platform compatible. Like if you use it, you buy the Xbox version, you can still use it on PlayStation, you can still use it on Switch, you can still use it on PC, and you can still use it on mobile. So they're universal. Okay, keep that in mind. Universal. Okay, all right, you heard it here. It's true because you heard it on the internet. But nonetheless, I really love the quick switch button because basically where other ones like the Nova 7 wireless have a specific button where you can quick switch, which is right here. It's right next to the power button. It's just you tap that, you can switch between 2.4, and you can switch to Bluetooth. But with this one, everything's kind of built into the power button. So the power button allows you to power it on. It allows you to switch between 2.4 gigahertz wireless and Bluetooth. It also allows you to put it in pairing mode for 2.4 gigahertz as well as putting it in pairing mode for Bluetooth. So it's like they kind of condense it all down into just one button overall, right? So you don't have to ever worry about, okay, is it gonna, I'm trying to fiddle around. No, it's literally right here. Like if you just take your hand, like, look, I got big hands, as you can see. You just take this big hand, you put it, slap the shit out of myself. God damn. Anyway, you put your big ass meaty hand right here, and your thumb is just gonna naturally rest on the power button. Okay, all right, and then you got your volume up and down, your chat mix, volume up, volume down, or you can alternate switch depending on what you're going to use it for, right? That's your chat mix and match wheel, so you can go up and down depending on if you want more video game audio or chat. Just go up, go down. There you go. And then also on this one, you have the mic mute. You just tap it, like tap it again, and boom, there you go. My audio's coming through, and it's just like that. So that's literally it. And then you got also in this ear, you can charge it. You got your USB-C input. So you can literally charge this for about 15 minutes, 15 to 19 minutes, and you've got up to like 9 hours battery life on it. So it does have that quick charge capability built into it, which I absolutely love that. Especially if you look, think about here's a perfect example. Now, SteelSeries, they sent me an influencer kit a couple months. Was it a couple months ago? Maybe half a year ago. I don't know how long ago it was. They sent me an influencer kit, and it had a portable battery charger. Thank you, Paul. I absolutely love that. But they sent me this kit, and it had a wireless battery thing or battery backup that I can connect to my smartphones, right? And typically I connect it to my iPhone and I use it basically as a kickstand and whatnot. So when I'm in the gym, I can get all the different angles and whatnot. But I'm bringing this up for a reason. It usually takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to get to the gym, right? So say on average, if I don't charge my headset, right? And I'm on my way to the gym, I got my, USB-C cable on there, plug it into that, plug it into this. By the time I get to the gym, I already got 9 or 10 or more hours of it being able to be used. And that's great. I'm like, man, I can top up like that. Love that. Absolutely love that. So this right here, like I said, battery life on this, absolutely great. Actually, what are they saying on the box? Because I've been putting it through it. Okay, so it says up to a 40-hour battery. That's what it says right here on the box. But in my own testing, I have pretty much on a single charge, I think I've gotten like roughly 39 and a half hours on Bluetooth, right? It's probably going to give me that 40 if I were to go just straight 2.4 gigahertz wireless, but that would require me to connect it and play, you know, on and I'm saying I'm laughing about this for a reason. The reason I'm laughing about this is the fact that, well, uh, I'm a full-time dad, full-time content creator, full-time podcaster, so I don't really have a lot of time to play games online with other people. So if anyone's like, oh, can you test it for that long? Bro, I ain't got that kind of time. I don't got that kind of time, baby. But nonetheless, Bluetooth, using it for the gym, using it for podcasting, using it for phone calls and whatnot, which I have done. Yeah, the 39 and a half hours on Bluetooth. Like I said, if I was doing 2.4 gigahertz, I could probably get to that 40. But that's crazy, right? So 15 minutes of charging get you 9 hours, half an hour, right? 45 minutes or a whole hour, boom, you're set, right? So this is really that kind of set it, forget it type of headset, and I absolutely love that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the Arctis app. Now, as you guys know, I've tried out and utilized and showcased it for the Arctis Game Buds, also showcased it for the Arctis 7 or Arctis Nova 7. And basically, this app has roughly, it says over 100 plus presets, but actually 200 some presets for multiple games. And this is what separates this headset and pretty much all of the Arctis line, the Arctis Game Buds, Arctis Nova 7, and this, apart from every other headset that's on the market. And that is the fact that this headset, well, no, not this headset, but the app allows you to utilize specific audio tunes. So if you want to use it for movies or music, you can, and you can dabble with how you want it to sound. It's, there's a preset one, but you can also go into the app and tinker with it a little bit more. But also, depending on the type of games you're playing. So if you're playing Fortnite, you're playing Marvel Rivals, you're playing Ghost of Tsushima, you're playing Street Fighter 6, you're playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, you're playing any game that specializes in a specific audio that the audio devs wanted you to hear, well, this is what separates the SteelSeries Arctis line, the Nova 3, the Nova 7, and the Game Buds from everyone else, is they actually work with the video game developers to give you a tailored experience, specifically giving you what the audio devs for the games and or whatever it is, what they want you to hear specifically. No one else is doing that. Turtle Beach is not doing that. No shade against them. HyperX is not doing that. Nobody else is doing that. It's just SteelSeries. And here's the thing. When you're the king, you're on the top of the mountain, you get to do that. That's just how good it is. So you can use the app. Either you can use the SteelSeries GG app on your computer to do all the tinkering you want to, or if you've got your headset connected to your phone or your tablet and you've also got the Arctis app, then you can go through, cycle through, you can set your side tones, you can set, the quick switching, you can go back and forth between Bluetooth or 2.4, and within it already, just without you having to manually switch over with your headset, just going to it with your app, you can go and change all the different settings, the presets that you want, or create your own custom settings. That is absolutely, in my opinion at least, I think that's absolutely fantastic. Now, I already said about this, I got to touch on this again. So there is the practical and smoothness of the versatile wireless connectivity and being able to switch back and forth between it, because versatility matters. And the Arctis Nova 3 wireless it absolutely excels here with its quick switch wireless feature, effortlessly switching between and transitioning between gaming focus, high speed, 2.4 gigahertz, and Bluetooth 5.3 for everyday use, especially for the gym rats like me. We absolutely love that. And, with mobile connectivity, always on standby during gaming sessions, you're never going to miss an important phone call, because sometimes I'm playing a game or I'm in the gym and I got to hop on a conference call like that. And I'm like, man, where my AirPods, or where's my, this right here, the Hollyland V3 or Mark II or whatever. What is this thing called? This is called something. Hollyland Lark M2. Okay. I had to read it. It's on the bottom. But basically, it's this set of wireless mics. Typically I use these when I need to hop on a conference call connected with my AirPods. But I don't have to do that with these. Literally, in between something, lifting that weight, trying to set new PRs, got my controllers, playing some video games, phone call comes in, boom, I'm already on it. And what more can you ask for, right? It just does what I need to do. And I also want to talk about how there's separate EQ settings, like I said already, the pre-select ones, but you can also save them individually for gaming and on the go uses. That right there is already a game changer. So I also want to talk about, again, I touched on this earlier, but I'm going to touch on it again, the cross-platform flexibility of this, as this headset is the ultimate cross-platform companion. It just is, right? It's compact USB-C dongle, which I got up here somewhere. I actually, no, I don't, because it's connected. That's what I'm using on the computer right now. But it's USB. I'll pop it up right here. I've reused footage from my unboxing. But as a compact USB-C dongle, effortlessly you can switch between gaming consoles like the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, the Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, PC setups, MetaQuest, which I use this for my MetaQuest. I'm a MetaQuest partner. Hawaii's only MetaQuest partner, so I use it. My MetaQuest 3 and my 3S, and also works on the smartphones, handhelds, tablets, whatever you want to connect it to. If it's got a USB-C port and it's got Bluetooth, you can work. Allows you to seamlessly experience top-tier audio wherever and however you choose to utilize it. And there's also another thing I want to touch on, which is battery efficiency with the highlight quick charging. So like I touched on earlier, 15 minutes of fast charging on this headset allows you to get 9 hours of usage. Now, if you were to go further than that, so a full charge basically gives you 30 plus hours. So you could, whether or not you're going to hit that usage of 40 hours or not, it's there. Like I said, setting forget it type of headsets. Like literally, especially with the standby time, you can go months without charging and pick it up, put it on, boom, there you go. It's working, baby. And then we got to talk about the microphone. As you're hearing the microphone quality, so I ain't got to do a sound test because you're hearing it right now. But this right here has crystal clear communication, which is essential. And this right here utilizes the ClearCast 2X microphone, which significantly enhances your vocal clarity. What this does, for those who don't understand what I just said, like ClearCast X, what is that? Well, basically, this offers double the bandwidth in capturing detailed audio at 32 kilohertz and 16-bit. So whoever you're, whether it's your team, if you're playing some online games, or if you're in a Zoom call or a conference call, whatever it is, no matter what it is, everything is going to come through loud and clear. And it's going to ensure that you have smooth coordination and effective communication overall. The other thing too is it's got active noise cancellation built into the microphone. I'm sitting next to an air conditioner. I've got my kids running around, pets running around. You're not really hearing anything. Also, there's a bunch of fans and dehumidifiers because it's in Hawaii. We only have 3 types of weather: hot, hot air, and hottest. So constantly doing things to keep it cool up in here, but you're not hearing any of that. You're just hearing my voice, which is going to tell you how good the quality this headset's microphone is. That ClearCast 2.x microphone, chef's kiss. And look, we got to talk about the weight of this, right? So this weighs only 260 grams. It's one of the lightest headphones I've ever used, and honestly, it's slightly lighter than this, which is a Nova 7X or Nova 7. This is already a super lightweight, and this is the one that I take with me to the gym all the time. But this one right here is it's a smidge lighter than that. And I absolutely love how light this is. Flexible headband, I don't have to worry about it breaking, snapping. I'm not about to do some jerry rig everything and just chunk it out there, like, oh, you see that ledge? Let me throw it out there and show you how durable it is. I ain't doing that, baby. Nah, we ain't doing that over here. But it's a very durable headset nonetheless. Now, I got to talk about this too. Like I said about the cushions, the ear cushions, they are breathable, durable, dual hinge arms for the headset, breathable memory foam ear cushions, and you got flexible fabric headband. Even it just, like I said, it does not clamp, so you got even pressure distribution, right? So you ain't got to worry about this is trying to squeeze your head like you got you in a vice lock or anything like that. So with that being said, this is the headset I recommend if you're on the market, you're looking for a new type of headset, or if you're picking up a Nintendo Switch 2, or if you got a Nintendo Switch 2 and you're saying, hey, I need a definitive headset for using with my new console, or hey, you picking up, Lenovo Legion Go S or Steam Deck OLED, or you're picking up any of these gaming handheld PCs, you got a Xbox Series X or S or a PlayStation 5, and you just want one headset to rule them all, hey, this right here has you covered. And with that being said, guys, that's the review for the SteelSeries Arctis 3. This headset is absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you haven't already, you want to pick these up, links will be down in the description down below. With that being said, I want to give a special thank you and a huge thank you over to SteelSeries for sending these over for review. Also, I want to thank you guys for working with me for all these years. First content creator that I know of that I can think of from Hawaii that's ever gotten to work with you guys, and I absolutely love it. It's absolutely an honor. No, they didn't pay. It's going to be that one idiot in the comment section like, oh, this was a paid review. Shut your mouth. No, it wasn't. If it was, hey, Paul, I'm going to need you. I'm going to have to call you up, man. Where my check at, man? What a check? I got bills to pay. No, I ain't getting paid. Every time somebody says that, every time someone pulls up that whole, oh, you got paid type of thing, I'm over here thinking, do you say that to your favorite content creators, or do you just say that to people who you just randomly come across their video on? Like, oh, you're reading a script. No shit, Sherlock. Most people do write scripts for their YouTube videos because there's a lot of things that they forget. Essentially, for me, I got bullet points up on mine, you know? So I'm like, hey, this is bullet points. Want to touch this? Want to touch that? Want to touch that? Because sometimes you're going to forget stuff, That's just peeling back the curtain. It is what it is. But, there's always going to be that person that's going to make an assumption and be a dumbass, right? It just is what it is. But all that saying, we ain't worried about them haters. Haters got a job to do, and that's to hate, which means your dumbasses is giving me engagement. So keep doing that. Because you can keep doing that, and I can just block you, or YouTube auto comments will just block you anyway. I'm not going to see you. You can just be mad, be big mad about stuff, and I don't care. But anyways, all that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, have aloha. And I got to get my ass back to the gym. I got to go for my second session for the day. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, and hoo-yo.